Is a captive insurance program dangerous for your company or business? We're going to talk about that and potentially some misconceptions on the other side of this. I've often heard in the marketplace that oftentimes business owners have heard a little bit about captive insurance, and they've heard horror stories about improperly designed programs or a greater risk that they may take as part of their company because they're maybe self-retaining or keeping more of the risk for themselves. Well, today I'm going to talk about how and why a captive insurance may or may not be dangerous for your company. The first thing is, if properly analyzed, a captive insurance arrangement will be no more or less risky than insurance coverage gaps that you may have in the traditional market. What I mean by that is, oftentimes business owners don't realize that there are coverage gaps in what they currently have with an insurance broker that they're using to currently transfer their risks. You can't insure for everything. And so what happens is, oftentimes we get in these situations where we don't review our insurance policies all that often. A captive insurance model is built around broader coverages. So one of the main benefits is we have more coverages in a captive insurance arrangement than oftentimes we get in a traditional model. Again, because we're actually analyzing our business and what needs we specifically have, and we own the insurance company that we're entering into in a captive arrangement, we get to help dictate and tailor what coverages are most important for us or the group of people that are in the captive insurance arrangement. Number two, what happens if you have a catastrophic loss? In a captive insurance arrangement, you may not know that you have catastrophe coverage that's layered on top of those frequent losses that a captive insurance arrangement will often be set up to handle. Reinsurance, excess coverage, things that go beyond what your traditional loss history may dictate are there to protect you if something catastrophic were to happen. In addition to that, if you're in a group captive and you may be concerned about a larger loss from someone else within the group captive, yes, there is a measure of relation between how other members of the captive perform and what the overall cost is to you as a business. However, if you're partnering with a captive that tries and take into consideration the loss history and make sure that good quality companies are in that group captive, it almost always performs better than the traditional insurance marketplace. And number three, along with that, keep in mind you can always go back to the traditional insurance marketplace. Let's say you have a terrible claims year and there are many losses or losses that you didn't account for that happened to you and your company. If the group captive or the captive insurance arrangement can no longer support or adequately cover you for losses moving forward, or the cost to do so far surpasses what the traditional or standard market would do, you can always unravel that captive insurance arrangement that you have and jump back in to the traditional insurance marketplace. So, is a captive insurance program dangerous for your business? I would personally argue no. The group captives and captive arrangements in general are there to solve problems, and if they're properly set up by professionals that know what they're doing, you should have no concerns or worries when it comes to, will that insurance cover you in the case of claims, and how will it impact my company if we have a large catastrophe loss. Of course, if you have specific questions or would like to talk through captive insurance, we stand ready here at Callahan & Rice to field those questions and look forward to working with you soon. On behalf of all of us here at Callahan & Rice Insurance Group, thanks for watching.